that you were whole long before anyone came along to tell you otherwise. As your heart steadies, you begin to rebuild your standards, not as walls, but as sacred gates that guard your peace. You start recognizing the difference between attention and affection, between attraction and alignment. You no longer mistake effortlessness for destiny. You understand that love that costs you your peace will never be worth the price. You stop romanticizing red flags, stop glorifying struggle, stop rewriting your boundaries just to be chosen. Because the woman who has learned her worth no longer competes to be loved. She simply chooses herself. That's the beauty of growth, the quiet power of finally knowing what you deserve. You start surrounding yourself with people who feed your spirit instead of draining it. You begin enjoying your own company, rediscovering joy in solitude. You realize that being alone is not loneliness, it's clarity. It's space to think, to heal, to breathe. You begin seeing how much energy you once gave to proving your worth when all along you only needed to believe in it. And somewhere between letting go and moving on, you start dreaming again. Not of him, but of you, of the life you could build, the woman you could become, the peace you could finally claim. You start pouring into yourself the same love you once begged for. You buy yourself flowers without reason. You take yourself out to dinner. You laugh without permission. You dance without waiting for anyone's hand. Because when you stop chasing validation, you start attracting peace. And that's where real love begins to grow. You also learn to recognize love differently. It no longer looks like butterflies or fireworks. It looks like calm. It feels like being understood without explanation, seen without performance, valued without condition. You stop craving intensity and start craving safety. You realize that real love won't make you anxious. It will make you grounded. It won't demand your silence. It will celebrate your truth. And for the first time, you understand that love is not supposed to feel like survival. It's supposed to feel like coming home. This is where wisdom blooms. You begin to see patterns, not because you're bitter, but because you're finally awake. You start noticing emotional red flags early: inconsistency, manipulation, avoidance, control. You no longer excuse them in the name of love. Instead, you listen to your intuition, that soft, sacred voice that always knew when something wasn't right. You used to silence it for the sake of holding on. Now you honor it to protect your peace. That's emotional maturity, the courage to walk away from anything that threatens your self-respect. And when love finds you again, because it will, you'll recognize it by its gentleness. It won't rush you. It won't confuse you. It won't punish you for your past or fear your strength. It will come quietly on a day when you least expect it, and it will feel safe, honest, balanced. You'll realize that love was never supposed to rescue you. It was supposed to meet you. And now that you've met yourself fully, you're ready to meet someone who does the same. There's power in that readiness, not the desperate kind that clings, but the peaceful kind that attracts. You'll find yourself loving differently too, not from fear, but from fullness. You'll set boundaries, not as ultimatums, but as self-care. You'll express your needs without guilt. You'll forgive easily, but never foolishly. You'll understand that protecting your heart doesn't mean closing it. It means opening it only to those who can truly hold it. And perhaps the most beautiful part of all, you'll stop needing closure from anyone but yourself, because you've already found it. The closure is in the growth, in the way you rise, in the way you no longer shrink to fit someone else's idea of love. The closure is in knowing you've made peace with the past and are walking into the future with grace. You're no longer chasing love, you're embodying it. So when you look back now, don't see him as the man who broke you. See him as the lesson that rebuilt you. He showed you where you forgot your worth and you reclaimed it. He showed you what conditional love looks like, and you learned unconditional self-respect. He showed you pain, and you turned it into power. That's transformation, not just surviving heartbreak, but transcending it. And as you walk into this new chapter, hold this truth close. The love you seek will always match the love you give yourself. When you honor your heart, the right person will recognize its rhythm. When you choose peace, the right love will never disturb it. When you value your worth, the wrong ones will fall away effortlessly. That's the divine symmetry of healing. You attract what you believe you deserve. So believe, Hamad. Believe that you are worthy of the kind of love that doesn't make you question your value. Believe that you are enough, even when someone couldn't see it. Believe that you were never too much. You were simply too real for someone still hiding from their own truth. And most importantly, believe that you are already complete. Because once you know that, truly know that, you'll never settle for half-hearted love again. There comes a day, quiet, almost unannounced, when you wake up and realize the ache is gone. Not because you forced it to disappear, but because it simply ran out of room to live inside you. The heart has a way of healing in its own rhythm. Pain eventually gets tired of echoing in a place that keeps growing. You step outside, feel the sunlight brush your face, and for the first time in what feels like forever, it doesn't sting. It feels like permission. Permission to smile, to breathe, to start again. You look back and see that everything that once broke you was, in truth, guiding you. Every unanswered text, every cold silence, every tear you thought would never end. They were all part of your becoming. Life was never punishing you. It was preparing you to see love for what it truly is. Not a cage, not a compromise, but a mirror that reflects who you are. When a man stopped loving you, it didn't mean you were unlovable. It meant his capacity could no longer match your depth. You were meant for more, and sometimes more begins with losing what you thought you couldn't live without. As you move forward, you begin to understand something sacred. That love is not the prize, you are. You are the constant, the foundation, the heartbeat that continues even when love fails to echo back. You no longer measure your worth by who stays. You measure it by how gracefully you let go. That's real strength, the quiet kind that doesn't shout, doesn't prove, doesn't chase. It simply knows that peace is worth more than presence, and that peace begins with forgiveness. Not the kind that excuses what happened, but the kind that releases its hold on you. You forgive him not because he asked, but because you deserve to move freely. You forgive yourself too, for the times you stayed when you knew it was over, for the times you accepted less, for the times you mistook pain for passion. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's realizing that carrying resentment only keeps you connected to what's already gone. As your heart clears, you start noticing beauty again, small things that once went unseen. The sound of rain tapping on the window, the scent of coffee in the morning, the laughter of friends that fills your living room. You begin to feel alive again, not for anyone, but simply because being alive is enough. The same heart that once broke now beats with a new rhythm, one that hums with gratitude instead of grief. And when love finds you again, because it will feel different this time. Softer, calmer, more honest. It won't demand that you shrink. It won't ask you to hide your light. It will meet you where you are, healed, whole, and beautifully unapologetic. The new love won't replace the old pain. It will simply exist beyond it, like sunrise over ruins. You'll realize that love doesn't save you, it joins you. It grows alongside you, not over you. But even if love doesn't come right away, you're not waiting for it anymore. You've become your own home. You fill your days with meaning, your nights with peace. You chase your passions, build your dreams, nurture your soul. You understand now that the relationship that matters most is the one you have with yourself. And when that relationship flourishes, every other connection becomes clearer, purer, more aligned. There's a saying, when you learn to love your solitude, you stop fearing your future. You've reached that point. You've learned that solitude is not punishment. It's a privilege. It's the quiet where your power gathers, where your intuition sharpens, where your soul breathes. You no longer need someone to complete you because you've remembered that you were never incomplete. Love was never meant to fill a void. It was meant to overflow from wholeness. So, if you ever doubt yourself again, if a memory tries to pull you back or a shadow whispers that you weren't enough, remember this: you did not lose love. You outgrew its limits. You evolved past what could no longer hold your heart. You didn't fail. You freed yourself. You're not walking away from love. You're walking toward truth, and that truth is radiant. It's the realization that your heart is resilient, that your softness is not a weakness, but your greatest strength. You can be gentle and still powerful, forgiving and still discerning, loving and still boundaried. You are allowed to demand more, to expect consistency, to protect your peace without apology. You're allowed to be the woman who gives love freely, but never at the cost of her dignity. Now, stand in this moment, right here, right now, and feel the weight that's been lifted. Feel the light returning to your chest. You've survived what you thought would break you. You've learned to turn pain into purpose. You've transformed heartbreak into healing. And though the story began with a man who stopped loving you, it ends with a woman who finally learned to love herself. So walk on, gracefully. Let the past fall away like dust from your shoes. Let every step you take from here be a celebration of your resilience. You are not defined by who left. You are defined by who you became after they did. The world is still waiting for your light, and this time, no one can dim it but you. Stay grounded in your worth, open in your heart, and fearless in your peace, because the right love, the one that's real, mature, steady, will never require you to lose yourself to keep it. It will simply feel like coming home, to a place you already built within. So remember, the ending was never the loss. It was the lesson. And you, my friend, were never the broken one. You were the breakthrough.